Hello everybody and welcome back to QuipScope. Hey, when the QuipScopes start coming, they don't stop coming. This is the show where we talk about a game that is recently released or is coming out very soon. My name is Ben.
And my name is James.
James, every time it feels like we've recorded the planned QuipScopes for the week, something else releases or appears. And case in point,
they've done it again.
Halo Infinite's multiplayer dropped last night, apropos of nothing, just kind of out of nowhere. Why did they do this?
How dare they drop in a surprise multiplayer that functions actually very well? It's selfish is what it is.
Yeah.
Got too many things on at the minute anyway.
I know. Can you just stop, please?
Just give it a month, guys.
Was there an original planned release date for the multiplayer? Because the multiplayer and the campaign were always going to release separately, weren't they?
That's right, yeah. So there were plans for a while of that to be the multiplayer to be free to play, and you can sort of play that separately, and that's fine. I believe the release date was going to be the same as the single player, so I think that's December the 8th, I believe. But yeah, I believe they just decided to drop it. I mean, there were rumors yesterday, and that's the first we sort of heard of these sort of murmurings. There were probably rumors before that, I don't know. Right. But it's one of those where the rumors suggested that they were doing it to capitalize on a potentially iffy launch of Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, and slightly underwhelming sales for Vanguard as well.
Yeah, but then again, they also did do, and I think that they had an Xbox 20th anniversary sort of celebration thing yesterday. So maybe that was always the plan, to just surprise launch it then and be like, look, it's your favorite thing, it's back, and it's old school. It's a lot more of a throwback than what you remember. But yeah, it's
just sort of come out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere.
So it is out now. It's free to play, right?
That's right, yep.
And I want to ask you, based on your experience with previous Halo games. And by previous Halo games, I mean the post-Bungie Halo games. So there have been 2 Halo games since Bungie.
Yes.
The multiplayer, again, as a casual outside observer of the franchise, didn't really seem to catch fire the same way that Bungie's
the original
multiplayer did.
Trilogy and Halo Reach, and
How does it, before you go into the details of what's in it and how it works, a sort of a very basic overview, how would you say it compares to classic Bungie multiplayer versus the newer Halos multiplayer?
Well, certainly. I mean, I've got very limited experience with just a little bit of Halo 4 multiplayer, I think. And so post Bungie, I can speak for what I've seen a bit more, but not necessarily as much what I've played. But from what I have played, it seems a lot more reminiscent of the older Halos, which is going to be huge news for a lot of fans. It's one of those, it certainly throws back, and it felt to me like, I played a lot of Halo 3, and it felt more like Halo 3 was back in the day, which is fantastic. I think there was there were loadouts that you could do in the later Halos, and you could they Call of Duty-fied it a bit. They kept on adding stuff on top of stuff. Again, citation very much needed, but they were adding things, and this feels like they stripped things back. They've gone back to the core. I was surprised when I went in, because I was expecting extra things like, adjust your specific weapon loadouts. And apart from adjusting the looks of the weapons, and we'll get onto that likely soon, and various sort of visual upgrades, the actual weapons themselves, it's just a case of, you start off with your regular carbine and your pistol, and you just go around, pick up weapons in the map, and that's how it arguably should be for a lot of fans, I think. So So there are definitely comparisons to the older Bungie. It feels more like a throwback to the older glory days sort of thing. So excellent. Which is excellent news.
Good. So tell me about this new one then. Are there classic game modes returned? Are there any new ones? What's going on?
Of course. So you've got a lot of the classic ones. So you've got Slayer, Slayer. That's another thing as well. The old school style of like announcer. I don't know if they ever left really, but they've got that sort of thing in there as well. So it's just, kill-tacular. I didn't hear any of that myself.
You've died a lot.
Double kill. Oh, multi-death.
Yeah.
Get good. Yeah, so you've got Slayer, you've got Capture the Flag, you've got one flag, Capture the Flag, so it's just like one and you're all like competing for it rather than, opposition bases. You've got a couple of things that are very reminiscent of domination in Call of Duty, say for example. So strongholds is just capture certain points on the map, and if you've got the majority of them, you start scoring points. Total control is that, but you've got to control all three. And then you've got oddball. Oddball is always like a big favourite from back in the day. So that's just collect an odd-looking ball. I think it's meant to be a skull or something. I can't actually remember. But you collect that, and whichever team holds onto it for the most amount of time, scores the most amount of points, wins. And there was another game mode called Stockpile as well. Okay. So in terms of what you can actually get involved with, they're all in just mixed playlists at the minute. So I expect that to be sort of updated. The launch feels like a little bit, it's a surprise, but and I was talking to Alex just a little while ago, our editor Alex, who's also tried it a bit on PC, and he was saying that it feels like there's just something missing there. So I have no doubt it's one of those, the free-to-play models, they're looking at that and they're thinking, okay, well, this will constantly be updated now, and I have no doubt it will keep being updated for that sort of thing. But at the minute, there's no just, Slayer-only game mode. It's you jump in and you can do like a sort of boot camp style thing. And apparently there are weapon drills for tutorials for new and old weapons alike, which is nice.
Okay.
But then you've got quick play, which is only 4v4, which at least from what I played of that. Big team battle, which is 16 to 24 players, which is a lot of fun. Played that on a map that looked very old school, sort of Halo 2, Halo 3 era map styles. Amazing stuff. And then you've got ranked as well, which I steer clear of because I'm rubbish.
Okay.
So
you don't want to get embarrassed.
No, don't want to embarrass everyone else, right?
Yeah. Well, yes,
Suckers.
That's definitely it.
It's one of those, and I mentioned like the old school vibe of it. In terms of actual gunplay, it feels very slick, very sort of traditional Halo. Get into these duels where you like shoot, try and bash them to finish them off. Grenades are a big thing, but there's not a lot of extra things to worry about really. There was like a radar ability that you can activate, or sort of like a ping, but not a ping. That's going to confuse things. You've got an actual ping that you can like target with up on the D-pad. Down the D-pad just detects nearby enemies, I believe, and then you have equipment on your right bumper. R1.
No, that's fine.
It's never going to be R1, is it? It's never going to be R1.
It's not going to be R1.
Unless you're using a naughty, illegal controller. It's one of those. You get like the odd equipment here, so that can range from a shield, so like a forward-facing shield. There was like a weird speed boost that you could use. There was like a sort of extra buffed over shield for yourself, so you got double the shields.
Right.
And what else? There was like a repulsor thing that I couldn't really work out the use for, apart from maybe if people are lobbing grenades at you, you just bat them back, sort of thing.
Okay.
But apart from that, it's just get down to brass tacks and like play some Halo, mate.
Yeah.
Play some Halo.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah. Were you playing solo or did you have some friends on?
I didn't invite any friends along for a ride. Okay. I was just like, just solo, just jump into like random matches. Yeah, it was quite late in the evening, so got about sort of an hour, maybe a little bit more of playtime. But yeah, it feels very satisfying. It feels very smooth. It feels like the modern sort of Halo multiplayer experience without unnecessary frills, at least in the gameplay department, and that's brilliant. All of the maps as well, like some of them, it looks very nice on the this is on the Series X, so it's releasing on the Xbox One as well, and also on the PC. And it's one of those where it looks very nice, at least on the next gen consoles.
Yeah.
Performance and quality mode, couldn't tell a difference in terms of visuals between performance and quality, so just go with the 60 frames, honestly. And it's one of those where it's beautiful. All of the old maps feel like very much throwbacks, but there are some new ones as well. Okay. It's a good little mix.
Are you suggesting that everybody should give this a go that is able to?
I mean, it's free. Like I say, it does feel like it's maybe missing a few, in trying to strip it back, it feels like it's maybe needs a little bit extra. But so I alluded to something earlier, and obviously it being free to play.
Yes.
Of course, it's going to have a battle pass and all that nonsense.
Everybody loves battle passes.
Yeah, got to upgrade, got to rank up, yo. It all pans out.
Is the battle pass too intrusive?
So the battle pass is not too bad. I mean, you'll see immediately. I was seeing people with just like unlocked like fancy skins and that, and I'm just hearing my default grey skin with like a normal, clap emote or whatever the hell it was. It was like, yeah let's go, fist pump. And it's fine. I mean, my attitude to that sort of thing, especially with a first-person game, is that you're paying all the money and doing all this stuff so other people can look at nice things.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
So it's a weird one.
And it's the state of multiplayer games now. It's just that this is how they work. Even with ones that you're paying for, sometimes have battle passes and stuff. So
it is a shame. So that had, as you'd expect, like a special currency involved with that, and I sort of tried to sort of dig deeper in between just loading up new games because, intrigued in a way, but it looks like you'd pay them at. I'm not sure how much you'd have to pay for a season pass or the battle pass, but it's one of those that if they want this to sort of succeed separate to the campaign, and obviously if they're trying to do that, make a separation and it being free to play, it's maybe a necessary evil, and that's fair enough. But it's just it gets a bit tiring sometimes.
It's there, and you should be aware of it. Basically. Wonderful.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, definitely check it out. Be aware of the battle pass. You might actually like that sort of stuff. It's completely up to your own proclivities.
You're entitled to them.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. You can go and play that right now for free on Xbox and also PC. And Halo Infinite Multiplayer, more like Halo Infinitely Good Multiplayer, because it's good infinitely. Right? That's
nice.
Not a pun, but that works, I think, in my head. Go on.
Halo Infinite, more like hello in finance.
Did you write that down? You were looking at your notes?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at the title and thinking, what can I do? It's different.
Hello in finance.
Hello. There's many finite things in this, but combined, it's infinite. Can we
it's a really good one. Okay, we're going to go.
No, re-roll.
Bye, everybody.
So,
bye.
What? No.